A lot of disappointment over the end of the season for Tennessee baseball, a team that was ranked #1 in the country, a team that won 57 games, a school record, a team that won the program's first SEC regular season and tournament title since 2005. Got back to a super regional but was unable to get to the College World Series. To try to put that in perspective of what went wrong over the weekend and just how disappointing the end is for Tennessee, we brought on Joe Rexrode to the Electric Power Company's Sunday Sports Central on Sunday night. Joined now by Joe Rexrode, columnist for The Athletic, who was in Knoxville. Joe, let's start with this game. Tony Vitello was critical of himself afterwards, but he's not running the bases or throwing to first base. So where did it go wrong in your mind?
Yeah, Steve, I think Vitello is right. It's easy to second guess, but even before the home runs and everything that went wrong in the 7th, I thought that maybe Chase Burns, it was time to think about it. And I think he went a little bit too long with Chase Burns. So, that was the fair criticism of Vitello's managing. Of course, remember, Frank Anderson, pitching coach, not there today. Not sure how much difference that makes in a game setting, but he's still the guy who goes out there and calms down his pitchers. Vitello makes the move. So they did miss him in the last 2 days. But then, like you said, Steve, I mean, you've got Trey Lipscomb making a critical error. I mean, all 3 runs in the 8th inning were unearned. And then Drew Gilbert, I mean, you're down 4 runs. You're trying to get a rally going in the bottom of the 8th. And, you cannot get caught running. There's no need to try to be too aggressive taking a base when you're down 4 runs. And to me, that kind of spoke to just an overall sloppiness and just, downgrade in Tennessee's play. Really, I think for a lot of the NCAA tournament, certainly this weekend.
Yeah, and credit to Notre Dame for winning, but this was a Tennessee team that was historically good by the numbers and looked practically invincible rolling through the SEC, and they let everyone know it. That swagger they played with helped make them public enemy #1 for many in college baseball. Some will suggest this is now karma, but do you think all those antics added to the pressure and maybe perhaps it caught up with them?
See, I don't buy that it added to the pressure. I think that for the most part, most of what they did was kids having fun. Look, you can't throw F-bombs at an ump. So Drew Gilbert paid for it. He got suspended. Throwing a middle finger up in the middle of a play, that's a little too much. But I think for the most part, this was a team that had a lot of fun. Yes, they were in your face, but you can't tell me that college baseball doesn't involve other teams who talk a little trash, who celebrate with exuberance at the plate and things like that. These guys took it to another level. They had a couple guys, Beck and Gilbert, who play on the edge, and that's how it is. I have a hard time getting to this cost them somehow. I just think this makes it way more forceful now when all the people who don't like them can taunt them for losing.
Well, now we get to the bottom line, Joe. This is the winningest team in school history, but not only do they not win the College World Series, they don't even get to Omaha. So how should they be remembered?
It's a great question, and it's complex. I mean, I think you could still make the case this is the best Tennessee baseball team in history. I mean, this is, a team that was far and away the best team in college baseball this year. I mean, and that's why, although #1 seeds have been incredibly unsuccessful in winning it all in this tournament, a lot of them aren't the clear best team. This was the clear best team. I think it should be remembered as a great team, a team that gave fans a lot of enjoyment, a team that built a fan base, but also a team that ultimately did not get it done, did not play up to the pressure in the postseason, and a major disappointment there. So, I mean, is the season a failure? I mean, that might be a little strong, but when you raise the expectations the way they did, you can't help but feel like this was just a huge blown opportunity. I mean, I do look at this and think a little bit the way I thought of the Titans blowing having the #1 seed, losing at home to Cincinnati. The difference, though, is that a lot of people didn't think the Titans were the best team in the AFC, but the Tennessee Volunteers were the best team in college baseball this year.
Yeah, much like John Robinson, a lot of what-ifs for Vols fans tonight. Joe Rexrode, thanks for the time.
Thanks, Steve.